Thank you, Senator. Senator Norcross.
Thank you. A little over a year ago, I entered this chamber and was faced with my very first vote, the 1.5% for health insurance. We passed it unanimously. I was born into a labor household. My father was a labor leader and championed many great causes. I've been a member since I first became an electrical apprentice in 1979 and worked my entire life. Past 15 years as president of the Labor Council. The fight of labor had been my fight my whole life. My labor credentials are second to none in this room. But we face an unprecedented crisis. Nobody in this room has faced the economic times that we are in now. It's a reality check. We have a very big responsibility. The easy thing for me to do is tell people what they want to hear. And that's not what I'm here for. We take a look at the things that we do every day in my life, and there's many misconceptions that have come out of this, that somehow the discussions with labor have not taken place. Oh, they have. They have for months. They have all weekend as my phone was ringing. There was collective bargaining going on all this time. But I don't have the luxury of being sent here just by a group of labor folks who I've worked with for years. I was sent here by 200,000 plus members of my district. I bring my life experiences with me from what I've done all through my labor history. But I'm here for everyone, as I hope everybody is in this room. We had an opportunity, and there was dialogue going back and forth when this legislation was being put in, and the question of sunsetting came in, which I believe in very strongly. This gives a period of time where negotiations and in the collective bargaining are sunset. That will come back in 4 years. I felt strongly about that. For the first time, we're going to start making the pension payments. The things for the last 10 years that we've looked at that went from 114% funded down to 50%, we're going to start making those pension payments for the first time, making a contractual obligation, which is a remarkable stay that should have been going long ago. I had a meeting with some teachers probably about 9 months ago down in my district where we had a conversation, very frank and open conversation, about why we weren't funding them to the levels that they were accustomed to and back and forth. And towards the end of that conversation, there was a woman who said, and that's why I moved. I asked her, what did you mean, why you moved? She goes, I moved to Delaware. I said, why? She goes, you know, taxes are too high. I said, wait a minute. Taxes are too high? You just berated me for a half hour saying we're not spending enough money. So that's where we are, folks, having to make this decision. But one issue amongst many has really laid it out for me. Camden City is my home. We have tremendous issues in my town. Crime is probably the largest. Not probably, it is. Unprecedented. Nobody else in this room has the same issues with crime as Camden City. The mayor is working very hard. She sat down with police and fire over the course of 6 months of discussions, negotiations, collective bargaining. But at the end of the day, nothing changed. No was the answer. No. So you might have read, half of my police force, a third of my firefighters were left go. Gone. Yet when I look at my neighbors those men, those women, those children. What do I say to them? Why, half their police force is gone. 60% of the property is tax exempt in Camden. We can't tax our way out of it. So there's no choice. I met with the union leadership last week and asked the question that I'm going to ask you. When does collective bargaining trump collective safety? And you know what? Nobody can answer that question. When does that happen? Do I look in their eyes and say, it's okay, hon, we don't have police force. It's collective bargaining. My life has been built around that. But sometimes the system isn't set up to address it. And that's why I'm voting today for reform. That's why I'm voting for this bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.